And it wasn't. That's annoying. Anyway, sorry, so first match, basically going to try and throw Utera's Angeline Hall back down to NXT, which obviously leaves Raw with 2 less women, which is a little bit annoying. It's like this, that's kind of the problem with booking this kind of stuff, because honestly I kind of want to give like the women a lot of time and stuff, but it's none with that. Also, sorry about not doing a video for about 3 weeks. Just been working, doing some other stuff. So hopefully I can start getting back to doing frequent uploads. Basically, kind of, hopefully, I don't know, 3 times a week I'm trying to go for now. Obviously as well as that, kind of not doing Twitch streams, just because honestly I didn't really like it. Just felt a bit anxious at times doing that. Anyway, Chris Masters is going to be kind of one of the main guys I'm going to try and push for Raw. Next up we have a match. This is Snitsky versus B-Boy. Weirdly, B-Boy has like very big stats, which is a bit weird. So I might keep him, but what I'm going to probably do is just sort of kind of give sort of release some people that I don't really need, that I kind of just hired just because who were in NXT, so I'll probably get rid of quite a bit of them. Dean Ambrose versus Damien Sandel in 331 with a Moxicity. No idea what that's called. Maybe the Hook and Ladder, but I'm not really sure, honestly. Damien Sandel, gonna try and keep as one of the people that might just stay in NXT for a little while. Dean Ambrose as well, could maybe, but if Dean Ambrose improves, because this is 2008, whereas kind of still fresh, I believe. Let me just check. Let's check real quick. When did Dean Ambrose actually wrestle from? Oh, 2004. So it's technically a 4-year pro. Which depends on the people that sort of wrestle. I would probably say Dean Ambrose at this time wasn't particularly good at this point, I don't think. So he was basically in Holland Wrestling Association from 2004 to 2011. Okay. At this point, he started doing Ring of Honor stuff. So this is before Dragon Gate USA, where he was a part of that Kamikaze USA. CCW was kind of around 2009, I think, because they did the Switchblade conspiracy thing with Sami Callihan. Then we have a tag match. Ivory and Mickey Knuckles gets defeated by Serena Del Rey and Kana. Basically, Kana, I'm trying to try and put over a bit. Serena Del Rey actually has a pretty good performance with that. Perhaps could be a potential push person to do. Connor, maybe. The only downside with Connor is that her stats at this point aren't particularly great. Soda Reyes is definitely a lot better. Ivory, not particularly great. Actually, I don't really think Ivory really had wrestling training, I don't think. Until maybe when she got to the main roster. Like, I feel like anyone that sort of went from Glow to suddenly, like, get on to WWE or WWF at the time would have definitely had wrestling training. Mickey Knuckles, I'm not really sure why I brought Mickey Knuckles, honestly. Maybe swap it with someone else, I think. The only problem is, like, down in NXT, there's not really that many women either to sort of, like, bring up. And I kind of also need some women to sort of go on to the pre-show and stuff. Because really, I've only got, like, 4 women each for Raw and SmackDown, which is Beth Phoenix, Layla, Claire Michelle, and not actually Maria Kanellis. And then on the other one is Mickey James, Ashley Massaro, Tori Wilson, and Melina as well. So it's basically 4 and 4, and then basically I'm trying to like make it so that there's actually a bit of a Divas sort of thing going on with that. Then we have Kofi Kingston, who's also in other products, so you kind of do alongside Snitsky, which I'm not sure if. Oh yeah, the match. Kind of like some people that I'm gonna try and push. TWC Jr. Quite good at some stuff. I'm just gonna put him on the pre-show stuff because technically this is Heat, which honestly Heat would be kind of bad to do for this. Then we have D'Lo and the Godfather defeating the Highlanders. Hollowback from the like NXT that I decided to bring back up because honestly we need kind of teams because I've kind of split them up and then put some together as well. Not sure really why I've got D'Lo Brown or the Godfather. I think I just sort of like, oh, this person people will know, and then suddenly they're unimportant, and I'm like, crap. Crap, I have to try and bring them up again. Which is annoying. Anyway, Robbie... So the McAllisters actually have great chemistry, so I just keep them because they're actually like good together. Drew McIntyre I've kind of put on Raw as another person because basically I feel like Drew was basically called the Chosen One for a reason. Obviously, it didn't really work out for him the first time around before he left and then went to TNA, ICW, Evolve, all those different places. And then sort of came back and then like reinvented himself in NXT. And then sort of like is now on the main roster and well should be a champion. Like I still kind of don't like the fact that Roman has both belts. I feel like they should have had Roman and Brock do the whole belt for belt thing and then suddenly like unify both of those titles and then sort of bring it in a new title for the other brand and sort of go for there. Same with the tag team styles as well. That just seems odd to sort of put on the Usos because like, oh well, we don't really have that many teams overall. And like most of the time it's just them versus the whatever team they're called, Brawling Brutes or whatever. This seems stupid for that. Like, How about instead of unifying stuff, you tear down, like, obviously unify the tag team titles, because obviously the tag team division is so lacking in WWE, because Nick Khan's just firing people left and right that basically Triple H is sort of brought back, and then like with Hit Row and stuff like that, like brings them back, then like it suddenly just brings them back just to do random stuff. It's a bit stupid. Then also NXT, there isn't really that many tag teams down there either. Like for both the men and the women, for both of basically the places. They should rather just like stop the brand split. So look at everyone you have. Like sort of like with AEW, because they've got so many people. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give this guy a contract, give this guy a contract, give this guy a contract. Then suddenly they're like, wait, what am I gonna do with him? Which is what I feel like Tony Khan is doing, is just signing people just because. They're like, oh, I don't want them to go to WWE. And then suddenly goes like, well, what do I do with these people now? Because the problem is they shouldn't have 4 shows. 4 shows, like for example with WCW, with, you know, the 2 that they did, which was basically Thunder and Nitro, but then also they did Saturday Night and Worldwide or something at the same time. So you basically got 4 shows there that you're trying to like cram talent into and try and go for like the storylines and stuff. Whereas AEW is basically just like, okay, here's our roster, but also we're going to bring in new people as well to lose to them, which also seems weird, because, well, you've got all these talents. How many of those really get on TV? About 60% actually get on TV. Actually, less than that, I think. Then they're like, oh, we're going to give you a match on Dark or Dark Elevation. When really, Dark and Dark Elevation, no one really watches that. Apart from like the hardcore AEW fans, or fans of certain wrestlers, would then watch AEW. Specifically for those shows. And I kind of agree with Stu Grayson and other people that have left, saying that basically, well, if you stick me down in Dark and Dark Elevation, that's not really helping me. It's like Get Over and stuff. Then also like booking other talents as well, like Dark Order. They should have given some of the Dark Order titles, but they never did. Which just seems stupid. Like, only Brody won the title, won the TNT title, and then basically they were just like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a load of people just put together, you know, sort of stuff like that, and now they're starting to like break apart the Dark Order, which just seems stupid. Like, Anna Jay, I've probably said this before, but Anna Jay doesn't, I don't think, belongs in JAS. She just seems like the odd one out of the entire group. Tay Conti I kind of get, because obviously Sammy Guevara is her significant other / her husband. Anna Jay is basically just in there because Tay Conti's her best friend. Or, yeah, best friend or great friend, I can't remember which one. But basically, she seems like a odd and out of the entire group. I would kind of say that maybe Daniel Garcia in a way, but actually, he kind of suits that as well. The whole JS group just seems a bit weird though. Just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go for sports entertainment style. Just a bit weird. Then also Ethan Page. I feel like his stock, basically what he has been as a character has gone downhill a bit. Like, as well as Dark Order, I wish that Dark Elevation gets titles. Same with like Ethan Page, same with Anna Jay, same with who else? Ricky Starks. Tony Khan's also booked Jade Cargill too strongly that basically they have to work out exactly who they want to have Jade Cargill lose the title to is also another thing. Like there's long-term booking plans and then there's all just throwing stuff together and just seeing what works, which is kind of what I'm doing. Basically, you need some storylines there. It was like, okay, this happens. Oh, we're going to throw in a swerve here. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do like a complete 180 and stuff. But like, I think WWE also has that at the moment as well. With sort of like trying to book stuff, but then trying to like make it make sense. Like Roman Reigns and Jade Cargill are two big juggernaut wrestlers right now that, you know, everyone's going like, well, who are you going to have them lose to lose the titles? Like, Jade Cargill, you need like a really strong baby face, which could be, I don't know, Toni Storm or one of the Joshi women. I mean, Rhea's really doing nothing. I think Shida's injured. Yuka Sakazaki would be good. Maki Ito could be good. Like, literally, you've got so many people there, but really you sort of like backed, you know, it into the corner and just gone like, oh well, actually, what do we do with this? Then the same with Roman, like, really, who do you have Roman lose to? There's Drew McIntyre. There's Kevin Owens, perhaps, but he feels like a bit of a mid-carder there. Whereas, I wish, like, they took Kevin Owens as a character, but they threw in the ROH, CZW, like, indie stuff that Kevin Steen did. Like, sort of like ROH, Reigns the world champion with Scum, for example. Like, make him into a big, top, like, dominant wrestler. Sami Zayn just feels like... Obviously, I do like the stuff that he's doing with the Usos, but, like, really, at the end of the day, like, what do you do with him? Anyway, so rather little rant. Usos lose to La Resistance to basically try and get La Resistance over, which I didn't think really worked, which is a bit annoying. Then we have a 4-way match for the Women's Championship. Wait, I had Beth. I had Beth being kind of last. I really hate it when it does this. It's so annoying because I wanted Beth to lose to Candice. Well, Beth to win against Candice last, but strangely it did it where it's Layla winning. Well, Layla being the last one. That is really annoying. I wish it would actually make sense with it, but it doesn't. Then we have a four-way, basically for the European Championship. I know, just randomly threw on there, but oh well. Needed something for these guys to do. So Lance Storm wins the title. Dave Taylor and William Regal make an awkward pairing. They have no chemistry whatsoever, which I believe means William Regal managing Dave Taylor, I think. Although I'm pretty sure I had Layla beat it. I don't know. I don't know why, but I had Cody Rhodes defeating Alex Riley. But I can't remember why I put it on here and not in the pre-show. I have no idea. Also, the Hooligans randomly show up on Raw to defeat Murdoch and Cade. Actually, I'm not sure why I actually did this. I'm not actually sure. Also, Ashley was just there for some random reason. Oh wait, I don't know why. I know why. So for Raw, I accidentally went to PM before actually putting the brand, specifics to Raw, SmackDown, and ECW, which is annoying. Next up, we have Regal, Randy Orton, and Umaga hyping up the main event. So then this would be quite good. Why is it lack of anything interesting in this segment was a problem? They're talking for 2 minutes. Where they're just like, oh, well, we don't really like that. I probably should have put this first. Shit. Anyway, I'm just going to really go to the toilet. I'll be back in a sec. That's really annoying. So basically, Bischoff announces that per Mr. McMahon's orders, Jeff Hardy will have to defend his shot at WrestleMania for the main event. Probably should have preferenced this if he loses. Basically, I might end up just giving him a guaranteed title shot at Backlash. But basically there's going to be sort of a mystery surrounding this that I'll get to later on, and then some stuff happens. Well, not in this, but over the next few Raws. Gonna piece together a story, and then hopefully at WrestleMania it pays off. Kalisto defeats Matt Hardy. So basically, pardon me. So advance in the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match number 1. Because we basically have 3 winners to get Money in the Bank, basically briefcases. Because I want to basically make it better. So basically, Matt Hardy will be in one of the ladder matches. And basically what I'm going to do is, over the first 2 weeks, because this is... Oh wait, would that work? I'm sure if that'll work. Let's check my head. Oh no, that'll be 5 weeks. Ooh. So we could maybe do it where I think maybe we could do, because it's week 2 right now, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. So I think what we'll do is we'll have one of the weeks be 2 for each. So basically the first week, actually I think maybe the first 2 weeks for Raw, but the first one for SmackDown and ECW, we're going to basically do it for the ladder match number 1, and then we're going to go ladder match number 2, and then ladder match number 3. So basically 3 separate ones with 3 separate, like, different people on there. The only problem is Raw is a bit hard to actually, like, choose who goes on Raw for it. So I think annoyingly what I might end up doing is shuffle around some people to try and make it make sense. Because I kind of want to put Shelton on Raw instead of ECW. Then obviously that leaves RVD with really don't really anything to do, or just weirdly he automatically gets put in the same one alongside Shelton is the problem with it. I don't know, I'll try and make it make sense. Then we have these 3 do it. So Santino, I don't know why I threw in here, or William Regal. Just were like, oh yeah, so John Cena won in there because he's going to face Orton. Kane could have something to do with him with Thingy. And then Santino basically just went like, oh, that kind of, I think, makes sense. Then we have Jeff Hardy defeating the Big Show in a steel cage match with Swanton Bomb by pinfall, which is pretty good. That actually had a 72. Although weirdly, Big Show can't do more than 12 minutes, which is frustrating. Oh no, more than 10 minutes. Then we have our semi-main event. Jericho is in the ring with a microphone. He claims that he is so good that he cannot be defeated by anyone, so he's making a open challenge for anyone on the roster to face him in a singles match. Who do you think does it? There's quite a lot of people on Raw. Well, it is none other than CM Punk. Yep, CM Punk comes out, a ECW superstar, and basically has said that he will be taking the Open Challenge. Then we go into the match. This is a non-title match. Basically, Jericho wins, defeating CM Punk. During the match as well, Mark Henry, who, as you may know, also is currently feuding against CM Punk, basically comes out and sort of distracts CM Punk to have Jericho win the match. I know, kind of a bit weird, but I'm basically going to try and make the titles that people have, try and have the champions defend the titles, hopefully every single week. Maybe apart from the World, the WWE, and the ECW, until maybe after WrestleMania, because those are pretty much the big championships. Then also the other problem is, what do I do for ECW? Because there's either doing Dreamer versus Burke at the ECW PPV, or do I wait until WrestleMania to do that? It's the only thing. Anyway, these two actually had great chemistry in the match. Ooh, that could be good. That could be good. Because I'm kind of thinking maybe moving Punk off ECW. But the only problem with that is obviously as well, definitely I'm going to move Michaels and Flair off ECW after the ECW PPV. And then so we'll do Michaels versus Flair in a... if Flair loses, he basically retires. Because they kind of don't want to do it in 3 months' time. Well, kind of 3 months' time afterwards. Because I believe Flair is retiring 3 months in this, which would be... let's double check. March, April... end of May? End of May, which is SmackDown, which just seems a bit stupid to do it there. For an ECW star. But basically, I'm probably going to do it at WrestleMania, and then sort of like switch Flair to a manager role. And then obviously, Punk is kind of suited to ECW, but also his suited to Raw. Maybe SmackDown if he was to build a heavyweight title, which I don't think he really is possible to do that for right now. But maybe the IC, but then the other problem is... how do I book ECW then? Because I kind of want to branch away from ECW Originals having the titles to having the new breed of wrestlers that ECW has to go for those titles, which is why I want to build up Burke. I want to build up other people as well to sort of like make ECW better. Obviously the ECW like Originals will still be doing stuff, but so I'll give the spotlight to the rising up and comers like Punk. Then also Jericho doesn't really suit going on ECW anyway, even though it is... I mean, it's technically a former ECW star, but you kind of get shined out by WWE, then... Well, WWE, then WCW, then ECW. Who really knows? Anyway, we have our main events of the evening. Basically a 2 out of 3 falls match, which I don't really know why I did that. But anyway, we have William Regal, Randy Orton, and Umaga defeating Cena, Kane, and Santa Marella. Umaga defeats Santa Marella with a Samoan drop to win the match. Santa Marella had the worst in-ring performance of the others, which kind of makes sense, really. And then we actually had a pretty good show where we... So the first half was kind of bad, but then the second half was just... This was kind of just rising up as it went. So that's actually quite good. So guys, thank you all for watching, guys. I'll hopefully make another video, hopefully either tomorrow or the day after. I think I'm working 4 days in a row though. I think I'm working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Which is going to be a little bit difficult. I think I've got Monday off, I think. I have. If I just check my shifts real quick. So let's see. Yeah, so I got Monday off. So I'm doing 4 till 8 for the next 4 days, starting today. Then I've got Monday off, so I can maybe just do like hopefully a splurge of wrestling. Well, not just wrestling, but overall videos. This could be good. Anyway guys, thank you all for watching, have a great day. Please like, subscribe and comment on the video. Comment on what matches you would like to see in the future, any storylines that we're made to do, well, potential storylines that I'll probably like tweak a bit, or anything else in general, like which video games you want me to play or anything like that, or any other mods as well alongside this. I've kind of a few, but not quite sure. As well, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this or just overall stuff in general. And then like the video if you liked it, and then dislike it if you didn't like it. Either way is perfectly fine with me. Also, like, criticism also as well is big for me to try and make this channel better. But anyway guys, thank you all for watching, have a good day, and goodbye.